Hello, and welcome back to the adventures of Big Chungus. Alright, today, I feel like I say this every single video, doing something different. I never do anything different, except today we kind of are. I have in my hand 2500, a very, very light rod, 15-pound fluoro, and probably one of the smallest baits you'll ever see me throw right there. Thing's about the size of my thumbnail. So, we're on our way out to fish, and I stopped by the Walmart and picked up like 10 different lures for under $10. Like, this thing came in a pack of 3 and it costed like $1.60. Whatever the math is on this thing, it costs less than $1 a lure. So we have some tiny little micro things that we're gonna throw, and it's gonna be a micro fishing challenge. But here's the kicker, is that where we're fishing, there's bass, there's cichlids, there's snook, there's tarpon, there is mudfish, almost anything that you can catch in South Florida, we have it here. And okay, whatever. And tarpon, can you stop? And tarpon will eat tiny little baits like this. Like, I will not be surprised at all if we hook some tarpon, and that's what I really would like to catch. So we're doing a little bit of micro fishing, and hopefully we can tangle with some big fish. So I think there's a serious chance of like hooking into a 15-20 pound tarpon, throwing something tiny like this, which would be pretty epic. Let's go. Let's see where we can get in on this. I fully expect the bugs to be horrendous. All right, one last cast here, and we're gonna move. I see a little largemouth as I'm about to approach the water here, so I'm gonna try, okay, I was gonna say try my best to flick one in. Instead, I put that directly into the palm fronds above me. Here, how about that? There's a few very fired up mine cichlids right here. There it is. Yeah. Oh, sorry, bud. Okay. That, my friends, is a Mayan cichlid. One of the prettiest fish you'll find in South Florida, even though they're not really supposed to be here. But a very, very beautiful fish, related to the peacock bass, if you couldn't tell. Look very, very similar. Awesome. That was one of the fish we're looking for, a Mayan cichlid. There's like hundreds and hundreds of different species of cichlid, and they all got over here from the aquarium trade, basically, where people imported them and pet stores imported them as pets for fish tanks, and once they get big, people are like, oh, I'll just let them go. And now it's kind of insane. There's like huge populations of different species of cichlids, like tilapia, Mayan cichlids, jaguar gapotes, golden cichlids, whatever they're called. Lots of different cichlid species that you can catch in Florida, and it's kind of cool to do that while we're fishing for tarpon and snook and bass as well. All right, first fish down. Let's see what other stuff we can catch. Another Mayan cichlid right there. Oh Lord, that one came flying out of the water. Bing. Another little Mayan cichlid right there. They get much bigger than this, even bigger than the one that I showed you. When they get big, I'll be honest, they're pretty sporty fighters. Like, I think they fight very similar to a peacock bass, almost a peacock bass mixed with like a bluegill, because they got that wide panfish side on them. They are incredibly beautiful, very aggressive, and very easy to catch. Oh, those things are aggressive. There's like literally a pack of cichlids in front of me that I'm like trying to avoid catching. And they're like chasing my lure down every single time I reel it past them. Look at all those freaking placos. Oh, I see a tank gill down here, dude. I think like everything just got scared though, because everything can see us up here. So if you see all those black fish swimming around down there, those are placo catfish, and they don't really eat anything. I mean, I've caught them before. Oh, dude, big mouth sleeper. There are so many different species sitting right here. Sorry, I'm kind of geeking out right now. Those are placo catfish, which they are an invasive species, and I believe they're like one of the largest like genus and species of fish, whatever one it is. And there's so many of them in the Amazon and the rivers down there that they name them by letter and number. Like, it'll be like Placostomus L52 and stuff like that, because there's so many different variations of them. They are basically vegetarians, but they're really cool, and they're skin on them, they call them, like, a nickname is armored catfish, because it feels like you're grabbing like a piece of bone that has sandpaper on it. They're one of the weirdest feeling fish I've ever felt, where after you grab them, your whole entire hand will feel like you just ran it over like a belt sander. But they're cool fish, even though they're invasive, but they just kind of sit around, eat algae, eat grass, and just kick it. And it's cool seeing them just sitting right on top of the grass munching. If that's not some true micro fishing right there, I don't know what is. Little baby largemouth bass. I literally just walked over and dangled my little crappie jig, or little crappie swim bait, over the edge of the bridge and saw them. Ooh, the spillway looks juiced, dude. Really good. Oh, there's a fish right at freaking first cast. I haven't even, or third cast, I haven't introduced the fact that we've moved spots yet. I don't even know what this is. Just a very flared up Mayan cichlid. Oh gosh, come on, guy. Hey yo. Because I haven't caught enough of these today, that's for sure. I'm really wanting to find a tarpon. Oh gosh. A tarpon or a snook. But instead I found about 5 jillion Mayan cichlid. And that right there is on a little micro shrimpy. Well, we've caught, I don't know, 4 or 5 of the Mayan cichlids now. I would like to catch some other species, just show them off, but it's fun doing this little micro fishing. It's an interesting thing. It reminds me a lot of being a kid, because this is basically what I grew up doing, you know. I didn't get to fish on a boat a ton. We had a small aluminum john boat when I was growing up, like 14 feet, but you know, I couldn't go out in it unless my dad would take me. So as a kid, I spent a ton of time just walking canals and fishing little rivers and ponds and lakes, and walking to bridges and fishing with my friends. So it's always fun to come back and do this, because one, this is what I grew up doing, and I know a lot of you viewers, this is probably, you do more of this than anything else. You do bank fishing probably a lot more than you get to go out on the boat, and that's how I was for a long time. And it's just kind of fun to come back and do this and catch a bunch of different species, and the fishing isn't overcomplicated, just straightforward. You're just walking down a bank and you're fishing what you can fish, you know. It's nice. It's really nice. What would be nice, if I can say that word one more time, is if we catch a tarpon. That would be great. Ooh, Oscar right here. There's 2 Oscars right here. Oh, there he is. That right there is species number 3 for the day, I believe. We've caught a largemouth, a bunch of Mayan cichlids, and now an Oscar, which is another type of cichlid. And just like the Mayan cichlid, they're here because of aquarium trade, but Oscars are pretty cool fish, because if you can see, they actually have a pretty decent sized mouth on them, and so they get kept a lot for the aquarium trade, because they're really cool fish to keep, because they'll crush like little feeder goldfish and anything you put in there. Piper, they're really, really cool, bad to the bone fish. And another fish that's not supposed to be in Florida, but it's cool to catch them, cool to see. And the last time I caught one of these was down in Miami with buddy Scott Rose and Chris Beulah, and I think we caught probably 40 between the two of us. It was insane. All right, this is actually the biggest bait I brought with me, and the only one that has treble hooks that I brought with me. And I see a largemouth right here. This is a original by Ketchco called the Runt. It's like this kind of really interesting little crankbait, and I just literally first cast just caught a bass on it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Okay, yeah, so it works. There's that. So it's like a little crankbait that's like very strangely designed. It's got a bluegill pattern on it. If you just watched, I literally just went in my backpack, grabbed it out, tied it on, saw a largemouth, made a single cast in front of him, and he came up and crushed it. What I was gonna say is, this is the only bait I brought with me that has treble hooks on it, and it's the biggest bait, and you can get it on Ketchco. I'll leave a link below, I guess, if you want to throw one of them, because that was kind of ridiculous. Answers my question whether this bait will work or not. I literally just walked down, made a single cast in front of that fish, and he came up and crushed it. All right, that's a Ketchco Runt right there. Yo, iguana, better watch yourself, brother. Oh my gee, that was sick. That was a mine cichlid again, if I could not catch enough of these freaking things. Dude, are you kidding me? This thing's trying to rock me right now like a freaking snapper. Get out of here. Dude, the thing is literally swimming up into the rocks like a grouper would. Golly. That was a bit excessive. That is a huge mine cichlid. That is one of the bigger ones that I've been looking for today. Beautiful fish, absolutely lit up. Crushed that little mini crankbait. Let it be known, I think I've caught a mine cichlid on every single lure that I've thrown today. Good Lord, there's a lot of these things. I guarantee you if I went to a spillway and live baited one of these things, I could catch the most massive snook of all time. All right, we are gonna be done. We have caught more mine cichlids than I probably ever want to for the rest of my entire life. Caught some largemouth bass. Kind of bummed out we didn't catch a snook or a tarpon. They're here. I mean, you see the giant mullet jumping around. If you watch my video I posted, I don't know, probably like a week ago or so, we're throwing some swim baits around the same exact area and caught a snook, broke off a tarpon. So they're definitely here. We just didn't find them today. But to be completely honest, if I thought I had a certain lure that had a chance of catching a tarpon out here, it would be a tiny, tiny little swim bait or a fluke. Cool day. Doing something a little bit different. I couldn't tell you the last time I did micro fishing, but it was a lot of fun. You know, I don't always do stuff like this, but it's always cool to mix it up. And we're getting ready to leave on a big giant trip to Australia. I've mentioned like once or twice. I haven't really talked about all that much. We've been doing a few different things leading up to this big trip to Australia that Chelsea and I are getting ready to embark on, that at the moment probably going to be there for a minimum of 3 weeks to a month. And gonna be doing a lot of insane epic things. Like, I think it's gonna be some of the coolest videos that we're gonna put out on the channel up to date, so definitely get stoked for that. But I've been trying to just pump out a ton of different videos and do a bunch of different things before we leave for the trip, so have a little bit of leeway and you guys get to have your old-fashioned Florida fix while we're out there trying to film some videos fishing for, I don't want to ruin what we're fishing for, but I'm sure you can guess. All right. I appreciate you guys very much. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe. Do me a big giant favor and leave some comments down below of videos that you guys would like to see. This morning I actually put up an Instagram poll being like, hey, I need some video ideas, hit me with them, and they were super helpful. And the reason I came out here and did this today is because on my Instagram poll, a lot of people said, hey, you should do some micro fishing, and then a lot of people said you should try to catch some backwater tarpon or snook. And so I thought, hey, what the hell, why not combine them both? And that's what we did today, except we didn't catch any snook or tarpon. That aside, leave some comments below and let me know what you guys would like to see. I appreciate you very much. Until the next video,